Your question, Novak, I think it's the question everybody wants to ask. How are you feeling?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good.
Yeah, should I go straight to the knee conversation? I guess that's saves everyone the time for the question. Well, when that happened in fourth round of Roland Garros, and I made a very quick decision to make surgery, I was, very much in doubt of making Wimbledon. But then after extensive conversations with certain athletes that have been through very similar situations, like Taylor Fritz, for example, that has been through something pretty much the same like I have. 3 years ago, I think he injured himself also in Roland Garros, and he said that 21 days after he played his first round in Wimbledon, Wawrinka, Lindsey Vonn, they all shared, their experiences, and really, that gave me faith and optimism that, if rehab is done right and correct, and if, of course, knee responds well, which is something that is very unpredictable, then there is a pretty good chance that I'll make Wimbledon. So I arrived here on Sunday. It's been a week of training, a very good week of training. I had, particularly the last 3 days, very intense tennis sessions. I had points, practice sets played with Sinner, with Francis Tiafoe, with yesterday, and Emil Ruswari, actually double session, and then today with Rune as well. So really top players. There are playing great tennis on grass, high intensity, lots of, I guess, situations on the court where the knees tested to almost the maximum, change of directions and so forth. So the knee has responded very well to all of that so far, which of course then is a great sign for my participation in Wimbledon. So that's why I decided to be in the draw, and I still have a couple of days time. I play on Tuesday, so I'm confident about my health of my knee, and just general physical state is really good. Obviously, once the tournament starts, I'll have more, sensations and more feedback from how knee reacts to a best of 5 Grand Slam match. But so far, everything that was done was very positive.
Matt?
So I totally understand that you physically are able to go on the court, but I was just curious, mentally, you've played 80 or 100 of these Grand Slams before. You're going to play a bunch more, probably, assuming you're healthy enough. I would imagine you're going to be healthier in a week than you are, or in 2 weeks if you had started later. Can you explain why it was so important for you to come back so quickly, given that there's an Olympic Games coming up, there's another tournament where you're the defending champion coming up. There's other opportunities, and there's a risk, right?
It's a very fair question that I don't know the answer to, and I do know the answer to be honest. My wife also kind of asked the same question, right? Which is normal. Why would you, 37 years old, you want to maybe have less risk and prepare yourself for Olympic Games, and so from that perspective, I don't have an answer to that, but I do have something that is described as a feeling of not missing out on a Grand Slam while I can still play, and while I can be, while I'm still active and at this level. It's just, I wouldn't call it a fear of missing out. I would just say it's this incredible desire to play, just to compete, and particularly because it is Wimbledon, the tournament that always has been a dream tournament for me. When I was a kid, I always dreamed of playing Wimbledon, and just the thought of me missing Wimbledon was just not correct. I didn't want to deal with that, and I wanted to give myself, again, also I think because I've been through this particular, or I'm going through this particular knee injury for the first time in my life, I also wanted to see how fast can I really recover, and can I really be in a condition to compete best of 5 on grass with best players in the world. And as I said a few days ago, I didn't come here to play a few rounds and prove to myself and others that I can actually compete in 1 or 2 matches. I really want to go for the title. And so the last 3 days have given me enough optimism and good signs that I can actually be in a state to compete on the highest level for the next few weeks, hopefully. So I guess that's in a nutshell really how I can explain. It's more of it's probably less of a rational and logical explanation, but more of that, inner feeling and sensation of really great desire to play Wimbledon, any Grand Slam, but particularly Wimbledon for me. So I know that Olympics are right after that on a completely different surface, and I know all of that, but I'm thinking about Wimbledon. It's a dream tournament, so I needed to focus all my attention to that, and we put a huge amount of hours in the last 3 weeks on a daily basis into rehab, into exercises, and basically raising the level of intensity of training and rehab every single day. Of course, being very cautious of the knee and the reactions, but I haven't had any setback. So if I had one setback, I would be then questioning whether I should be here or not. But I haven't had a single one. So, why not give it a shot?
Stuart?
Novak, I don't know how much you know about the exact plans, but Wimbledon are hoping to expand across the road into the old golf club. You're someone who's played tour for like 20 years, you see other Grand Slam facilities. Do you think Wimbledon needs to expand, or is it fine as it is?
Yes, I have been informed about that. Also, last year and this year I had a couple of conversations with people from the All England Tennis Club and organization of Wimbledon, and because I was curious to understand how that's progressing. I think it's a very good project. It is a project of expansion of arguably the most important tennis tournament in the world, in the history of the sport. We know that Roehampton holds qualifications for many years, so I'm really glad that if that would happen, then you would move qualies here, and then they would connect the 2 plots or existing facilities with the new land, which would, I think, increase experience, or create an experience that is better for fans and also for players. In the practice week, we are at Orangi, and